Well, there are those who love wings, and then there are those who really love wings, enough so that they'll camp out for a chance to win free wings for a year from Buffalo Wild Wings in downtown Grand Rapids. Today marks the grand opening of the new location, and to celebrate, they were giving away 6 free wings a week for a full year to the first 100 people in the door. News of the promotion spread, and people camped out outside the location all night long. B-Dubs took over the spot at the corner of Ionia and Fulton after the tap house closed back in 2010.
I didn't know about the free wings, so when I first heard about that, I thought, what in the world?
Yeah,
but
I said the same thing.
It makes sense now.
But when you factor in the time of sleeping outside, $6 or so for an order of wings,
I don't know.
they really
love
like
their wings.
We start tonight with some breaking news. Test results on a Michigan State University student who died suddenly last week have come back negative for bacterial meningitis. 19-year-old Carly Glynn from Wyoming felt sick for days and passed away on Thursday at the hospital. Fox 17's Lindsay Kuss just spoke with the health department in Lansing. She's live in the control room with more on the results. Lindsay. I don't know if I would say unethical. I think it's the fact that it's Oprah. Everybody is trying to get more viewers and more people to see their product.
But you would think that she would know. I mean, she was on TV for a very long time. Yeah. She should know.
Maybe she's new to the Twitter.
Maybe she is.
Kevin's on Twitter.
I am. Sure. As a matter of fact, I was just scouring through our Fox 17 Facebook page and pulled out our viewer photo. You guys know how I love to ask for photos.
No, you do.
You folks out there take some fabulous
But is
photos.
that unethical to ask
no,
for photos?
it's fine. He said please as a courtesy, not
okay. You're not begging for
and
photos.
we can highlight the people that watch us in the first place for all the news and weather and sports.
Absolutely.
There you go.
So,
our #1 story trending at the top spot on Fox17online.com. Yeah, it's Cabela's coming to West Michigan. As you heard, the announcement made today that the outdoor giant plans to open an 88,000 square foot store in Granville. It's expected to bring 200 jobs and open in the spring of next year.
And that's video of the Cabela's that's in Dundee, which a lot of people have been to. And the one that's going to come to Granville will be smaller. I mean, 88,000 is not small by any means.
A little smaller than a typical Meijer store, at least the Meijer in Granville, but the one in Dundee, 225,000 square feet.
So much bigger, yeah. But
it's a destination.
It's going to have so many things still anyway. They're talking about the gun library, and they're talking about the aquarium, fudge shop.
Fudge, yeah. They're going to have boats there. Not all of the new generation Cabela stores are going to have a boat shop. And the gun library is not only guns that you can buy and hunt with now, but it's antiques. It's artsy guns that you would collect more than shoot.
Yeah, lots of people talking about this. It's our hot topic today.
So let's throw it over to the Fox 17 Street Cam to hear what you think of Cabela's coming to West Michigan. There are smiles around the Renaissance Center in Detroit today as General Motors announces record profits just 2 years after receiving a government bailout. GM made $7.6 billion last year. That's up from $4.6 billion in 2010. The company's previous record profit was $6.9 billion in 1995. GM sales are actually lower now than they were pre-recession, but plant closings, changes in labor contracts, and staffing have allowed the company to bring in more money. Ford and Chrysler also announced profits for 2011, which makes it the first year since 2004 that all 3 U.S. automakers were profitable at the same time. Michigan's primary less than 2 weeks away now, and the 2 frontrunners in the GOP race are making their way around the mitten. Amway getting ready to open a new plant on their campus in Ada, and today we got a sneak peek of the facility. The new 120,000 square foot, $24 million building will make some of the company's popular Nutrilite products like protein powders. These had previously been manufactured at a plant in Lakeview, California. More than 50 employees will work at the facility, and Amway says they're using the new plant to restructure the way they do things. Each employee will be cross-trained on all the equipment and will work 3 12.5-hour days on, followed by 3.5 days off. This is Amway's first consumable goods plant in the state. It's slated to open in the second quarter of 2013. Nearly 300 inmates dead after a fire swept through a prison in Honduras.
Christian Frank has more on that.
Right, and if you do want to head out for Valentine's Day, what could be more special than a trip to the Red Planet? Figuratively speaking, of course. Families can go to Mars thanks to a new exhibit at the Grand Rapids Public Museum. Huge exhibit gives visitors a chance to experience everything that Mars has to offer, from the different gravity to sandstorms that are common on the planet's surface. Visitors can also try some space food and test out what it would be like to make a voyage to the Red Planet. The exhibit even features a real piece of Mars and comes from the Ontario Science Centre. That exhibit runs through March. All right, Carl, thank you. A green energy company on the east side of the state files for bankruptcy, and the decision will affect workers here in West Michigan. Energy Conversion Devices filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy today in Auburn Hills. ECD, who works in renewable energy and things like solar panels, said in their filing that they also intend to sell Greenville-based Unisolar. USO is known as a leader in making flexible solar cells. They'd already been dealing with several rounds of layoffs in the last few years, but had predicted that business would pick up in 2012, allowing them to bring back some of their furloughed employees. Unisolar says they will continue to operate during the sale process.
During this process, United Solar here in Greenville will be open. We will have men and women working on our technology roadmap and special projects. However, all associates here in Greenville will be affected in some manner.
Unisolar says they don't anticipate to be running any productive operations during this time unless they see an uptick in confirmed orders. We do have a crew in Greenville, and we'll have much more on Fox 17 News at 6.